Vampire's Vengeance clears your board. Look at that. This card is not a gimmick. This card is a win condition. Ladies and gentle mages, civilians across the multiverse, welcome back to another episode with Man and today we've got a juicer for you. Before we dig into the deck, make sure to leave a like. The button looks just like this and it helps out the channel tremendously. I'd really appreciate it. Let's go ahead and dig right in. We got the Maestro, I don't know how to say it. You can even call it Grixis. I don't care. We got the vampires featuring Evelyn, the Covetous, Flash. Whenever this or another vampire enters the battlefield under your control, you're going to exile the top two cards, or the top one card out of each player's library with a collection counter on it. And once per turn, you can only play one, but you do have the opportunity to play whatever you have exiled with it. So Evelyn can kind of just keep us digging into deeper. Now, when I first made this, I was thinking, well, should I make this like more like a control build? I don't like it. I like it a little bit more mid-rangey. It's a little bit more aggro-y, but Evelyn can push through your deck and give you some more answers that you otherwise couldn't have. Now, what I like about Evelyn as well, we do have Make Disappear and Bitter Triumph, because you do need to have instances, because Evelyn is every turn. That includes your opponent's turn, and you can't, I mean, we don't have other flash creatures, even though Evelyn does have flash herself, but you need to be able to have some instances because you need to be able to like Make Disappear or Bitter Triumph on your opponent's turn as well. So you play stuff on your turn and your opponent's turn. But let's get into the Preacher of the Schism. This thing has Death Touch. Whenever it attacks, this thing does whatever you want it to. If you're ahead in the life total, whenever it attacks, you're going to draw a card and lose a life. If you're behind, you're going to create a 1/1 life link here to just kind of chump block and gain life perpetually. Now, this card goes wonderfully with Falkenrath Pit Fighter because this card traditionally, you're going to discard a card, sacrifice a vampire, draw 2 cards. Activate only if an opponent lost life this turn. It's actually not that hard because A, they never want to block the Preacher of the Schism because it has Death Touch, so they're going to have to 2-for-1 it because of that 2 power and that 4 toughness. And then because they did lose life, you're going to be able to take the Falkenrath Pit Fighter and sacrifice those little 1/1 life linkers. Very nice little combo. Falkenrath Pit Fighter from the dead, and typically, you never really use this. It was more like a 2/1 beat stick, but now I think it's got a little bit more utility. I am running the Corpse Appraiser, obviously, because we are running Grixis or Maestro colors, so you might as well. I am actually thinking about kicking this up to 3. It is competing with Preacher of the Schism for that 3 slot, but it's also competing with Vampire's Vengeance. Now, this card is awesome. This card is a one-sided sweeper. It kills toxic decks. It kills mono white, mostly, except for like Adeline and stuff like that. But this card can absolutely screw your opponent up. It's a one-sided sweeper. Now, you say like, what happens? Well, isn't this a dead card a lot of the time? Yeah, it would be a dead card if you didn't have blood tokens. Voldaren Epicure and Bloodtithe Harvester both give you blood tokens so that if you need to, you can just get rid of this. It's never really that dead because we have a lot of ways to make blood tokens. So absolutely love that. Sorin because lifelink, and it just nice little card, and it's vampires. We're running Sorin. It's a vampire deck. Other than that, Vampire Socialite. This is the last one I really want to give a huge shout out to. Menace. Whenever it enters the battlefield, if an opponent lost life this turn, you're going to put a +1/+1 on every vampire you have, and as long as an opponent lost life this turn, they're going to come in with a +1/+1 counter on it as well. So this card is just this card's crazy. I'm not going to lie, like, I forgot this card was even a card. I was looking through the vampires, and I was like, this card is absolutely amazing. It gives you +1/+. As long as you loose it, like, you can play it, buff it, or when it comes out into the battlefield and just stays there, you're going to buff the later things. I mean, just honestly a wild card. The mana base is a little pain land heavy, as you can kind of see here, but I think it kind of has to be with Grixis. And I know you're going to say, well, why not Cavern of Souls? I'm only running 2 and not 4 because we do have the Make Disappear, and we do have Bitter Triumph early in the game, so Cavern of Souls kind of gets away in that. And because we are 3 colors, I know you're saying, it's not that big of a deal. It kind of is, so you do have to be kind of meticulous about the mana base here. I have crafted it to, I think, close to perfection so that we can get our Bitter Triumph and Make Disappear early if we need to Cavern of Souls still, because it does kind of help out, and that is the deck. Consider joining the channel. That really helped me out as a content creator, and you help you supporting me. Let's go ahead and subscribe if you have not already, and without further ado, let's get ready to vanquish some enemies. Shathix, how we doing here? Absolutely love the Falkenrath Pit Fighter. Is you can get the Falkenrath Pit Fighter out with the Preacher of the Schism, you could actually have like a little bit of like a sacrifice outlet so that you can actually do stuff. Because let's face it, Falkenrath Pit Fighter, this card typically it's always played, and it's like you never really can use a sacrifice, discard, draw 2. It's all clunky. You don't really want to give up your board. It feels kind of awkward. So Thalia does kind of put Make Disappear out of the way. That is okay. We are gloating about how awesome Falkenrath Pit Fighter is. So let's go ahead and drop the Cavern of Souls and at least alleviate ourselves from this pain land and drop the second Falkenrath Pit Fighter. So obviously a very, very unfortunate circumstance here. The Thalia is just gonna we're just gonna let it go through. Or you know what? Or are we gonna let this go through? I may block, just chump block with one, and then use the Corpse Appraiser to search. Because honestly, I'm not feeling too great. It depends what I draw. I don't know. Maybe let's do this. I know that we hold up Make Disappear. If they do miss their land drop, this seems extra good too. And they do. So they miss their land drop. This actually is looking pretty good. Okay, so now the Corpse Appraiser can ward off the Thalia anyway. So we do pay 1 now. This is a hefty investment. We did sacrifice our Pit Fighter, but now we do get to dig. I'm looking, fingers crossed for that Witch's Vengeance. All right, get rid of you. And, ooh, so now we gotta make a decision. Do we want to go for Sorin or Evelyn? I think I'm gonna lean towards going for Evelyn because turn 2, it's close. It's close. I know. I mean, it's pretty bold there, but they are stuck on land here. So next turn, we can probably go for Make Disappear. And, you know, like I said, if we take care of the Thalia somehow, probably not. But if we did somehow, we could go for Make Disappear and Vampire Socialite. But this Evelyn, I think, is going to be what we need. I want to dig into the deck for Vampire Socialite. If we can get, not Vampire Socialite, the Witch's Vengeance. If we can get a one-sided sweeper going, we just win the game. I mean, literally, that's why I love that card so much. I think taking Evelyn to search for that is going to be how we win. Or at least that's kind of what I'm banking on. Alright, so no swings in here. More land is not phenomenal. So I think they are stuck on land too. So I think what we're going to do is actually just hold up, Make Disappear. They can't really threaten us too much. The Hopeful Initiate can't train. We've got the 3/3 Corpse Appraiser. And we are appraising their corpses. If they want to swing with the adversary, I'll probably give them the Falkenrath Pit Fighter, and I was gloating up to the Falkenrath Pit Fighter so much, but unfortunately we're not really going to be able to use it too much here. So Make Disappear is going to be an easy addling counter here. Absolutely no way. Obviously they'd have a Cavern of Souls or something like that. I'm probably sure they're running, because they are running like humans. Definitely, that's what Make Disappear is still, I don't know, I feel like a lot of people just do not play enough counter magic. I feel like I'm zigging when everybody else is zagging. You know, counter magic's kind of out. They don't really play around it. They don't really think of it. I'm playing counter magic now. All right, so Preacher would have been pretty good last turn, but, you know, Preacher's still an amazing card. Glad to see ya, buddy. So now I'm just trying to think here. I think we're just going to flash in Evelyn. We could go for the Preacher and a Vampire Socialite, but I feel like it's a little bit more of an offensive move. If I swung in, they probably double block. I don't know. It's not really worth it. I think we just go for Evelyn. I think Evelyn is actually just the best play here. We could slam down Preacher, but then we can't go for Socialite. And then if we're not playing Socialite, we're probably just better off slamming the Evelyn, the Covetous, down too. So yeah, I think this is looking pretty good here. If we can get into Evelyn, once we start generating all of those like counters and digging into our deck, we can just start, you know, digging for the Witch's Vengeance essentially. Let's check out Brutal Cathar. Okay, Brutal Cathar is kind of sucky, not gonna lie, but we still have the Evelyn. They're tapped out now, and now the Evelyn's coming out to play. So if they swing in here, this is wonderful. No scrub. Okay, that's fine. So they do train now, and let's go ahead and flash in Evelyn. Evelyn only has 2 power, which isn't wonderful, but Evelyn, the Covetous, the mighty, the beautiful vampire rogue, and nobody is playing Evelyn. They are not seeing this coming at all. Let's see what we can get. We get 2 counters here, and dude, oh brother, not the greatest there. We got 2 lands there, but that's okay. Every time a vampire comes out to play, we get another opportunity to dig onto the top of our decks here. So let's go ahead and get rid of Thalia. We could dig it. We have plenty of Witch's Vengeance, counter magic. We have other stuff that we have. Did I just say that we have other stuff that we have? I'm pretty sure we do. Okay, so you only get 1 per turn though. It is worth noting with Evelyn, you get 1 per turn, and that's per turn. So if you have instances, you can use it on their turn, but right now we don't see anything. We just have 2 lands. So what I'm gonna do is let's play down the Preacher of the Schism. Let's play down the Preacher of the Schism here, and then we can dig with Evelyn. So Evelyn, do your thing. Let's see what we got. Boom, boom, and a little not great here. I could play down the Socialite, but I don't think I will. What I'm actually going to do, I'm actually going to play on the land and go for the Voldaren Epicure. And if we can sneak either a Make Disappear or a Bitter Triumph, we would have 2 mana sources open. And then we have to dig. So let's dig. What do we get? That was a Skrelv. And what was that? That was a Make Disappear, baby. Let's go. And now I am not dropping the Vampire Socialite. Now with Evelyn, we're actually going to be able to hold up Make Disappear on their turn. So as soon as we pass the turn, we're actually going to get... Yeah, there we go, baby. We got the Make Disappear. Now we are ready. And they're not seeing this coming. There's a Brutal Cathar. Absolutely no way. Make it disappear. And now, look, we get an Evelyn every single turn. We are going to make their lives hell. I love this so much. Evelyn, I think we got you. You're bleeding. You're bleeding slowly but surely, and the vampires are coming to suck you down, baby. That's right. That's right. I don't make the rules. We're sucking you down. All right, I'm going to swing in with the Preacher. They would have to double block this. So, yeah, I think we're looking good. And now, with Evelyn and the Preacher, we're going to get a 1/1 Vampire with lifelink, and that Vampire is going to trigger Evelyn even further. Oh, it's about to get nasty. So we get another Preacher of the Schism from Evelyn, and now, I think all hell's just breaking loose now. I mean, it doesn't look like it, but trust me, it is. So, again, if we have a land drop, I think we're okay to do this. Yeah, let's go ahead and just drop it, and then I think we're going to go for the Vampire Socialite and just power up our entire board. Because they lost life this turn, Vampire Socialite is going to buff up all of our vampires. Evelyn is going to go off. Let's see what we can get with Evelyn. A lot of land, but that's okay. Even through that, we still got that key, Make Disappear through Evelyn. And now, I think we'll go in for the Preacher. Hopefully we can snag an instant, and they don't even want to see it. Evelyn, for the freaking win, man. Well, if it isn't Sorin versus the Maestro or Grixis vampires, whatever you want to call us, we got Sorin versus Lord Xander. Let's go ahead and give you the hello. Of course, they took a mulligan, so we'll give you the friendly mulligan hello. Now, this is an unfortunate kind of starting hand here. It's a good enough to keep. They give us a hello, Sorin. But I don't want to go for the Falkenrath Pit Fighter if it means that we don't get a turn 2 play. So I think having the Stormcarved Coast come in tapped is going to play. So Monastery Swiftspirit, that does not look like Vampire Sorin. What are you doing? What are you doing? That is not Vampire Sorin. You are a fraud. We are the actual vampires in the house. So whatever the heck it is. The Cliffs, let us hold up, Make Disappear. That's really nice because I don't really like the Sulfurous Springs right now. Don't like the Pain Lands versus Burn, obviously. But that's kind of the price you have to pay if you want to run Grixis. Or Maestro, whatever you want to call us. But Make Disappear, let's go ahead and do this. Ooh, Monstrous Rage. Okay, so let's go ahead and give him a sad face. Alright, so... Was that the... I mean, hindsight's 2020. But... Ooh, we actually got a Sorin. So Sorin, I'm sure you're familiar with Sorin. But I think we're going to go for the Falkenrath Pit Fighter. And then hold up, Make Disappear. I know it's not great, just because, obviously... The 3 toughness does kind of trample over the Falkenrath Pit Fighter, but I still want to hold it, Make Disappear. So let's get this down and then just do what we can. We could have just gone for the Preacher of the Schism alternatively, but I don't know. I feel like they just have like Witchstalker's Frenzy, or if they swing in, they have like another Monstrous Rage. There's a lot of things that could go wrong there. I think this is a little bit better. We can kind of guarantee counter whatever they have. Squee, make that disappear. All right, there we go. Alright, so they're swinging. I think we're just going to have to let this go. We only take 2, though. It's not that bad. I know we're down to 8, but we're going to have to just fingers crossed, hope that we draw into a land. We do. There we go. Oh my gosh, thank God. Sorin meets Sorin. I'm sure you're very familiar. Alright, so Sorin comes out to play versus Sorin. This match has just been full of irony and fun, but let's go ahead and keep on keeping on. I think they only have 1 card in their hand left, but if they go for Squee... okay, so Lightning Strike, that is really unfortunate. We lose out on our life linker, and we need the life. So let's see if they attack my face or Sorin. They do. So Sorin attacking Sorin. I think that's the correct move, though. There's no point in jump blocking. They're dead anyway. 2 would trample over, so there's no point in swinging in there. I think, man, now we're kind of caught in a pickle here. Do we want to go for Bloodtithe Harvester and then the Vampire Socialite? Or do we just kind of want to drop down to Preacher of the Schism? I think it's... We do. Let's give him a thinking here. There's a lot to think. If I go for Bloodtithe Harvester and the Vampire Socialite, I will have to do Pain Lands for the Sulfurous Springs Falls, whatever it's called. So I think going in for the Preacher of the Schism, getting these 1/1 life linkers next turn, and then the Vampire Socialite will power up the life linkers so that we get more life. I think that's a little bit better, especially versus Burn. All I'm really worried about is my life. Versus Burn, that's typically what you have. And I'm still not over you. Oh, Ancestral Anger, that's not good. So they get the Prowess and a +1 and get the draw. It's a little, another Swift Spear, okay. Now, okay, whoa, the 1-2, yeah, as I said, the 1-2, they don't have anything in their hand. They don't have any Monstrous Rage nonsense. Are they gonna swing in? I think we have to block this. Or, man, I guess not. I don't think we can, ultimately. And they have Trample. We could just kind of cancel it out and go for it. But I think I have to use the Preacher of the Schism to generate these 1/1 lifelinkers that we can kind of buff up with Vampire Socialite. I think that's the move. So let's go ahead and swing with you. And, of course, they're going to let it go. Obviously, they're not going to chump block. So now we get the Vampire Socialite. And again, we're not paying life this way. We get around our little Pain Land, and again, that Pain Land is kind of being quite the pest, and I think we're going to hold up Make Disappear now. Sure, okay. I think this is pretty good. This is pretty good. I mean, we're definitely blocking with the Lifelinker, no matter what happens. They're definitely not seeing this Make Disappear coming, but that's one of the plus sides of running blue. Anytime you have blue, you get to run counter magic, and Make Disappear in a kind of a quicker type aggro-y deck is exactly what we want. Squee, let's say absolutely no way. Whoop, Make Disappear. Make Disappear is actually a New Capenna card, and New Capenna was where Lord Xander and the Maestro came out, so kind of like that little flavor there. It's kind of nice. No attacks from Mono Red. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. Alright, so I'm definitely swinging in with the Preacher of the Schism. I know this might seem insane, but I'm swinging in with our Lifelinker. I know that seems crazy. I understand, because they're just going to block it with the 2/3, and it's just going to get, like, walled off. I mean, I understand that, but we also get 2 life. And I think that's, like, everything. I'm not joking you. So, yeah, going up to 6 life makes me feel a lot better, because we have the more powerful board. And I think that's just ultimately going to be the move. So now we have to decide, do we go for the Bloodtithe Harvester? With the Vampire Socialite, we do come out a little bit bigger. And now I'm going to go for the Blood Token. We could go for Falkenrath Pit Fighter, another land, so we could use the Falkenrath Pit Fighter here. I discard a card, sacrifice. The sacrifice is where I'm having issues. What do we sacrifice? I want to keep the Lifelinker. If we it would be the Socialite, if anything. But if we do the Socialite and they draw into like an Ancestral Anger and a Lightning Strike, it starts getting a little sweaty around here. So I'm going to say no and just keep the Socialite just for the body, just for the 2/2. And plus, the Socialite is social. You know, they're just having a good time. They're hanging around. That's fine. Definitely blocking with the Lifelink. Anytime a Lifelinker in this match is going to be able to do anything, attack, block, I want the Lifelink to go through. That's all there is to it. So they actually top deck to Squee. All right, so there's no other options or resources they have. It's just Squee, you, me, Squee, and Dupree, baby. And 2/3, 1/2s, they can't block. The Bloodtithe Harvester being at that 4/3 is really, really nice from our Vampire Socialite, but they're the life of the party. Whoa, hold on. You have no other tricks up your sleeves, no Monstrous Rage Sorin. This is not a good trade for you. So we get that precious, precious lifelink. On the 1/1s, they counter each other. Let's do that. We trade the Falkenrath Pit Fighter. We wall off the Squee and your monster. Your board went bye-bye, and now we're looking good. Now we got a Vampire's Vengeance, and I think I called it Witch's Vengeance a couple times in this game. Either way, who cares? I don't know where I got that from. Either way, Preacher of the Schism creates another 1/1. We take him down to 8, and we're going to hold up this Vampire's Vengeance. I think we got it. Sorin, I'm sorry, buddy. They can go for this Hidden Volcano to discover, but I don't know, I'm not really that afraid. 8-7, and they only have 1 card left in their hand. If they go for Squee, that's pretty weak. That's pretty weak sauce here, buddy. Even if they didn't have, even if they weren't tapped out or had 1 less card in their hand, there we go. Sorin, I'm so sorry, buddy, but you have ran into the true Vampire deck. Vampire's Vengeance, baby. We are Grixis Maestro Vampires, and we are the true Vampire deck. Guyford, how we doing here? All right, got the Voldaren Epicure, got the Vampire's Vengeance. What I love about the Vampire's Vengeance is even if it's not relevant to the match, like if it's not really like a creature-heavy match, you could just give it away with the blood tokens that you can create with the Voldaren Epicure and the Bloodtithe Harvester. Fortunately, I do see a Skreld, and white-green kind of would insinuate that we are going against some sort of creature deck, so that is going to be wonderful. Jawbone Duelist. Okay, I'm already thinking that this Vampire's Vengeance is going to be the key to winning here. So, I think we'll just chill. Let's just chill for now. What I think I'm going to do is get this hair out of my face. What the hell's going on here? All right, so, I think just holding up the Bitter Triumph will be kind of what we want to do. So Venerated Rotpriest, if they don't tap out, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to get them to like use the Skrelv and tap out with their mana sources here. I want to get those Vampire's Vengeance out clean, because if they still have like they pay the life, that tells me, okay, if I go for the Bitter Triumph here, I think we're gonna pay the life because we don't really care about that. We are gonna get a poison counter. Now, let's see what they do here. Now, if they go for, let's go, the Royal Treatment, and this is actually wonderful, and I'll tell you why. Because this is wonderful. Now they're tapped out. This is exactly what I want. Now, I know I get, what, freaking 6 counters? Oh my god, that is a lot. My god, but that is okay. We set them up for the Vampire's Vengeance. Let's go. Sweep your board, and we have to do that because I want to do it as soon as they're tapped out. Yeah, they give us a nice, thank you. Let's go ahead and give them we are vampires after all, so let's go ahead and give them a cheers to you from Sorin. All right, that felt very, very good. I think we're gonna go for the Corpse Appraiser, see if we can get into another land here. So Corpse Appraiser, let's go ahead and remove the Venerated Rotpriest. I can't believe that worked, because I knew once they had the Skrelv, this comes untapped, that's okay, that's fine. We're not going to be able to do anything this turn anyway, so I knew as soon as they took the Skrelv and paid the life, rather than use that mana source, they were looking to hold up either a Tyvar Stand or a Royal Treatment, so that worked out wonderfully, and we got the Vampire's Vengeance. I'm blocking 100%. If you got a Tyvar Stand that can pump it up to 3/3 indestructible, that's the only move that makes sense, but we still don't take a poison counter, so that beats that. Now that we've got to make disappear, let's not go for Sorin. Let's just go for the Bloodtithe Harvester. If they do drop another Venerated Rotpriest, this is wonderful because Bloodtithe Harvester is not a spell, so we can just sacrifice it to get rid of the Rotpriest. And I'm gonna, now we've got to make disappear, so I'm just gonna block here. If they do the same trick, now we've just got to make disappear. Is it the same trick again? It is a Tyvar Stand. Let's go for Bitter Triumph, actually. I think we're going to do this. I don't care about my life. Life does not matter versus Toxic. It's all about the poison counters. Plus, we got Sorin anyway, and they don't have another response in response to that. Got the Cavern of Souls, and now we are looking good. Poison is no match for vampires. Come on, now. I think we're just going to hold up the Make Disappear, get a Bloodtithe Harvester. We got a lot of blood tokens on the battlefield here. We could have went for Sorin, but I think I'd rather hold up Make Disappear, just in case they drop anything super crazy. 6 to 8, we have lethal on the back end. I think that Witch, or the Vengeance, where the Vengeance card is called, took it. Let's go. Slapather? Is that what, I'm gonna go Slapather. How you doing here? All right, looking pretty good. Semi-slow start here, but that's okay. We are on the play, so we don't have to worry about that. Bitter Triumph, we'll be fine. The Vampire's Vengeance can literally just win games. I mean, it's such like a gimmicky card, but again, because we have the blood tokens, even if we do face like a control deck, ooh, is this gonna be another like deck that just gets swept by the Vampire's Vengeance? Like, it's not a meme card. Oh, that's a full control. Don't want to click that. I don't know why I clicked that. But Vampire's Vengeance, an absolute meme card. Ooh, Thalia. Okay, well, I can't go for Bitter Triumph this way. So I think we're just going to hold still. Yeah, this is fine. Are you not going to attack? I was like, oh, okay. I mean, that's fine. Yeah, we could have used the Bitter Triumph on the Hopeful Initiate, but I think we'll just kind of hold still right now. So now we actually have the Preacher. I'm actually going to go for Preacher. I was actually going to go for the Bitter Triumph for the 3 on the Thalia so that they couldn't train, which would make my Vampire's Vengeance a little cheaper, but it's fine. We got the... Yeah, this is great. This is working out just fine. Oh my god. And they miss a land drop. I think we're going to do it again. Let's go. Vampire's Vengeance. We have the amount, the perfect amount to pay it. Vampire's Vengeance clears your board. Look at that. This card is not a gimmick. This card is a win condition. That is right. Oh my god, that feels good. And they're down land too. I don't know if they're going to be able to come for that. They do not. Good lord, Vampire's Vengeance. Mr. Pie, Mr. Crowley, how we doing here? Looks like a pretty good hand here. Hopefully we can kind of keep the steam up with the Vampire's Vengeance. Absolutely love this card. Got the Evelyn. Hopefully we get a little bit more love to Evelyn. I feel like Evelyn's been a little underrepresented. I think we had one game in with Evelyn, but hopefully we can kind of get another one as well. So I am gonna do Painland. Painland, of course, not being great for mono red, but at least we are on the play here. Felden, Felden, do we want to trade? I think, God, I think we're gonna let this go. I really do not. Another Vampire's Vengeance. Yeah, it's like we don't have to trade if the plan is to go for Vengeance. So we don't really have to trade. I could swing in. There's a lot of things I can do. I can just go for the Vampire's Vengeance. I could actually swing in. And unless they have Witchstalker Frenzy, I think we're okay. Now, if they have Witchstalker Frenzy, I'm going to cry. I'm going to cry, don't get me wrong. But we still have the Vampire's Vengeance, even if they do. So Kamano faces Kakazan. Okay. Okay. The prowess will go away eventually. So, man, should I do it? Look, you can see them flashing the white on their hand. That means they were flat. They were like going crazy. You know they're just itching to go in for that monstrous rage. You know they have it. So I'm gonna let this go for now. The Preacher of the Schism can give us lifelinkers, which of course is nice. They are tapped out, which is of course beautiful. And I think we're just gonna have to go for the Vampire's Vengeance here. This card's just been a rock star, man. What else? We can just go. We can drive another Preacher, but I think we're just gonna do. We have to do the one pain, which is unfortunate, and we do activate Felden. So this one is a little less sexy than the other ones that we've done. But I think the Preacher just getting in the lifelink. They give us your go. Your go. I'm not roping. I mean that was your go, Mr. Pie. What is going on there? All right. I guess they're mono red. They gotta play. It is like what, turn 4 for them? So mono red. I mean, they gotta come on. They're just like, come on, play. We're at turn 4 already. This game should have been over. I guess it's mono red. You gotta let them go. Charming Scoundrel. They do have trample. Pretty brutal here. If we do, oh man, I think we're gonna have to commit. It sucks. I know they're playing into their hand. I don't really, yeah. If they have it, if they have like a monstrous rage or whatever the heck, they have it. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. Do lose the 1 life from that, but because they already had 1 toughness from represented from the Wicked Roll token, they still go down. And I don't know if they realize that or not. So this is fine. We still get the 1/1. Do I want to hold up the Vampire's Vengeance, or do I want to go for the Preacher's? We could, like, it's close. And I don't want to drop the Voldaren Epicure just because we do have to pay 1, so that kind of deters me a little bit. I probably am going to block. It sucks. It really does suck, but I think I'm at 7 life, so I think I'm just going to have to. Ooh, there's the Witchstalker Frenzy. They're going to hit me. You know what? I think I am going to chump block. I am. If they don't have a monstrous rage, oh, they don't. That's nice. So we go up to 8, and we don't take damage for that turn. That is wonderful. Keep the Vampire's Vengeance, and I think now we're looking pretty good. So let's go for the Blood token. Now, I think we're going to get rid of the Voldaren Epicure. It might be a little bit weird, but maybe I should have got rid of the Evelyn, but I'm trying to get Evelyn a little bit more love for the content, so, you know, it is what it is. Down to 9, so 9 to 7, and now maybe the problem with the Voldaren Epicure is that even though it is cheap, we still have to pay. I'm not looking to pay unless it's the Vampire's Vengeance for red, so Felden, okay. Now, I don't really love that, but what I do love, Vampire's Vengeance can sweep the board if we got help from the 1/1. They can't have another monstrous rage, right? Come on. Let's block you. Let's see if they do anything here. No! Oh, okay, Blazing Crescendo. Okay, thank God they put it on. Thank God they put it on the Kamano. Thank God. If they would have used it on the Felden, I mean, that would have been way worse. I mean, they would have kept it at least. They still don't have trample. Yeah, Blazing Crescendo doesn't give trample, so this is not a monstrous rage. So we still block them out, and we trade for the Felden. Ah, you gotta love that. Up to 7. We still have the Preacher. We're looking good here. We're looking pretty good. Now, eventually, we are gonna be able to flash in Evelyn. And let me see here. I am actually gonna probably get rid of Evelyn because we can use. Yeah, it's. The problem is I don't want to take pain at all. Period. None. 0. And we already have to for the Corpse Appraiser. At least 1 with the pain land here. So I think we're just going to go ahead and hold up the Bitter Triumph. Or maybe we'll go for the... Guess we'll do it. I guess we'll do it. We'll go for the Bitter Triumph to kill something. And we'll discard rather than pay life. So we'll discard the other Corpse Appraiser. So here's a Preacher. I guess we'll take a land. I need land that's not going to hurt me. Like... that's fine. And we'll just end the turn. I think we're actually looking good here. Because we just go for the Bitter Triumph. Let's wait for them to do something crazy, and then we can just discard the swamp. And we're looking good. We do have Leaf on the back end. Looking good. Feldon. Okay. I know they're itching to use this Monstrous Rage, and they've got to be tired. It's past their bedtime. It's like turn like 6 or 7. I don't even know what turn it is, but they are definitely looking to get out of here. They're getting cranky. They're saying your go prematurely. They've got Monstrous Rage. Now wait till I do this to them. They're going to be so angry. They're going to be so angry. I'm discarding a card. I'm not paying life. No. We're not paying life. We're paying this lovely discard. I know that we have to pay one. Again, not great, but it's going to be okay. They can't deal 5 damage this way, so let's go ahead and kill them. Go up to 6. I know that Feldon does give them a little card, or it's a land, so that's not bad. Not bad from the Feldon. Only 1 card left in their hand. Let's see if they have anything to block. I don't know. We still do not have an unpained red, so that kind of sucks. But the Preacher does go off and Lightning Strike to the Corpse Appraiser. That is fine. We're still going to get a 1/1 lifelinker. We do take 1 life from the Preacher there, which is actually kind of weird. So, man, I think we're going to have to. We go if this took us down to 3 life, I'd be a little worried because of they can just top deck a Lightning Strike. They give us a your go. No, it's your go. It's your loss. Take the L, buddy. Card Shark. Let's see how sharky you really are. So, yeah, looking good. Looking good here. Shut up with the Shipwreck Marsh. Not sexy, but let's go ahead and get this down. Of course, the Painland. I think I've been complaining about the Painlands all game, but you got to. If you're running Grixis, you got to. Now, that's a new gripe. Falkenrath Pit Fighter on turn 2 is that. Now that wets my whistle a little bit. So I think we're just going to hold the Make Disappear. Definitely enjoy the Make Disappear. And now I think we're going to drop the Falkenrath Pit Fighter and then still hold up the Make Disappear. We could go wide, but black does have enough removal. I think we'll just chill. Whenever you have Make Disappear becomes irrelevant as the game goes on. So you want to make use of the Make Disappears early. So that's kind of why if you've noticed, I've been kind of leaning towards doing that. Whenever I have Make Disappear, I'm always looking to like hold it. Because once this goes into like turn 5, 6, 7, like past turn 5, that Make Disappear, they're going to be able to like pay it off pretty well. So I always prefer to just hold on to it earlier in the game to really make use of it. It's a little bit more efficient that way. Now this isn't that efficient, not being able to go for Make Disappear. I might use the blood token, depending on what they play here, just so I can dig for another land. But the Vampire's Vengeance, hopefully we can make use of that again. Let's see what you got for me, Card Shark. Another Preacher. See, I can't Make Disappear it, but I can Bitter Triumph it. So I'm going to get rid of the Vampire's Vengeance. If they're going to just drop 4 toughness creatures, I can't deal with that with Vampire's Vengeance. So let's go ahead and do this. And Vampire, yeah, let's go ahead and do this. I'm going to pay the life. We're kind of ahead in the race here. So let's go ahead and just race on in. And we can go for the Vampire Socialite, but I think we're going to still hold up that Make Disappear. I know Vampire Socialite is the sexy play, but again, this is the correct play. So Vampire, Sorin, let's go ahead and counter you. And now we're looking good here. Okay, ooh, we actually get an Evelyn. That'll be nice on the next turn. This is actually really good. So now we drop double. See, you just had to wait for it. You just had to wait for it. We dropped double Vampire Socialite. And now, what is the best thing that black could do to a big board? It's Grixis Command. And guess what? We are too strong for Grixis Command. Even if you had it, with the Vampire Socialite, we go up past 2 power on all of our creatures. Grixis Command does not get you out of this jam. If they cast Grixis Command, we just take the win. Henrika, what is this? This can transform. This is a vampire. I actually did consider running Henrika. I actually am not, but I did consider it. So Xander's Lounge is unfortunate because now I have to play it and I don't go for Evelyn, but I think we just kind of win here. So Henrika has lifelink on 3. If I swing in here, that's 7, that's 10. They deal 3 here. Okie dokie. With the lifelink, they go down to 1. And man, that Xander's Lounge is really, really awkward. Yeah, but even if they do wipe us, they can't go for Grixis Command, and they're mono black, so there's no way. There's no sweeper in the game. There's what, Terror Tide? I think there's like Terror Tide, but the Terror Tide doesn't, I don't think they have enough Descent in their graveyard to sweep the board. Actually, they might. Yeah, well, they didn't go for it anyway. They take away our Evelyn. That is very, very rude. Unfortunately for them, they are tapped out, so none of this posture. Oh my god. and a Vampire's Vengeance. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's go ahead and get our Evelyn back just before we go in for the win. GG's. Cody with a K. How you doing here? Not too sexy of a hand, but not too terrible of a hand. I mean, let's go and drop the Shipwreck Marsh, get that nice and tapped, just because it has to come and tap anyway. And let's see what we're doing here. Drop the Bloodtithe Harvester. They might think, oh, are they going for Grixis Anvil? No. We are Grixis or Maestro, however you want to pronounce it, or just pronounce. Well, I guess it's not pronouncing it, but you know what I'm saying. So taking down to 17, doing cool stuff, and I think we're. Yeah, it's close. It's close. So we could go for the Vampire Socialite, but I think dropping the Harvester may be a little bit better here. We can drop the Socialite next turn. Oh! Okay, well, actually, Vampire Socialite would not have saved us. Even a +1/+1 counter on our board, we still would have had 3 toughness. So, actually, it does not matter that much. So, I think we're just going to... I'm going to go for the Corpse Appraiser. I know I usually like holding up to make disappear, but just kind of how the flow of this game's going, I think I want to kind of search for something a little sexier. So let's go in for the Preacher of the Schism. And next turn we can go for the Schism and then hold up our lovely Make Disappear. Everyone's giving up on counter magic. Again, I love zigging when everyone zags, and I love zagging when everyone zigs. No one's really running Make Disappear anymore. I mean, like, again, obviously people are. I don't want to say they're not, but you see so much less of it nowadays, and I feel cool for running it because I think people... It's just, I'm just trying to make Disappear cool again. Make Disappear cool again. All right, 14, and let's do this. No pain for me. Sounds good. Obviously not that relevant if we're not playing against Burn, but now we hold up with the Make Disappear, and we can do the same thing next turn, so. And, see, exactly, this is exactly why Burn Down the House, we say absolutely no way. That's exactly why we play counter magic, baby. And another one! Wow, there we go. Make Disappear is making our opponent's life disappear, and that's wonderful. Down to 9 you go. And I think we're just going to do the same exact thing. Let's go, actually, no. Let's not do the same thing. Let's go for the Vampire Socialite so that we buff up the board, and then we still hold up the Make Disappear. So even though it is a little less mana efficient with the Preacher, I still like this. If they try to do the same thing, they just lose. Chandra Hope speaking, let's just go for this Make Disappear. I almost feel a little dirty. Make Disappear, and our vampires are gonna take it on the ground, baby. Let's go! Okie dokie here. Preacher of the Schism looking good. Hopefully we can get Falkenrath Pit Fighter to kind of do something cool. I mean, I've been kind of like talking about the Falkenrath Pit Fighter and the Preacher of the Schism combo, but it's not come to fruition just yet. So hopefully we can kind of make something go here. Mono Red, Felden, do I want to block? I think I am going to block. Let's block the Swift Spear instead of the Felden. Do I feel good about it? I don't know, maybe a little bit. Guess we'll just drop the Harvester and just keep it moving. Like I said, the Preacher of the Schism is definitely going to be what we drop next turn. Barring a Make Disappear, maybe. I don't like dropping you, because what I can do is I can go for the Bloodtithe Harvester. Godric, ugh, okay. Well... I would like to drop down the Preacher. I think given what we have here, the Bloodtithe Harvester, because we can get another Bloodtithe Harvester and the Falkenrath Pit Fighter, rather than the Preacher, I think we're going to go for Harvester so that we can get a blood token, kill the Godric, and we can hold the Harvester to kill the Felden, because the Felden, we're not dealing damage to it if we kill it with the Harvester's ability, and that way they don't draw off it. I think that's pretty good. Put me in a pickle here. I think I'm just going to take it. We're still at 15 life, so I think we can kind of afford 1 life. If they don't go for... Wow. They don't do anything. So they didn't Monstrous Rage, and they didn't do anything there. That is really nice. I'm not going to lie. That is just wonderful. We do have to tap the Harvester here to do this. So let's do this. Drop the Schism. And just kill the Felden. I don't want you digging into your deck. If you didn't play anything with 2 open mana sources, I don't know if you're just clogged up, too much land, or like what's going on there, but... I don't know. I'll just go ahead and get rid of the Felden so you can't dig for deeper answers. They must have just drawn that, because that doesn't really make sense to hold it. So, Kamanu, okie dokie. And I just, I think we're going to take it. We're down to 9. It's close, because we are starting to... Oh, there's that Monstrous Rage. The sneaky Monstrous Rage is always what you're most scared of. But let's go for the Blood Token, see if we can kind of dig into, you know, our little friendly, just really, well, Maybe not. We do kind of like the land a little bit. Let's go ahead and swing in. We do get our lifelinker here. Now, the Falkenrath Pit Fighter, we kind of have our combo, but again, this would be a little bit more in like a mid-rangey type match. Right now, the Falkenrath Pit Fighter to sacrifice these little 1/1s. We need the 1/1s for the lifelink. Another Feldon. Okie dokie. So it's a 3/3. I'm gonna have to commit to blocking. Yeah, if they have, because we're at 5 life, so if they just have like a monstrous rage, I just can't swing it. So at least the Preacher takes care of the Feldon, no matter what. No matter what, it's got Death Touch, and then we're gonna all out block the Monastery Swift Spear. I think this is pretty good. Even if, oh, no monstrous rage, thank God. I'm always preparing my mind for the worst. We do get that lifelink back up to 6. Let's see what they take here. As long as we're at 6 life, we're still looking okay. I think in hindsight, I should have cracked the blood token, because this Shivan Reef is just kind of sitting here awkwardly. I think I had the opportunity to, unless I'm going crazy. Vampire Socialite's pretty good here. Vampire Socialite's pretty good. Should I just all-out swing? I think so, right? Let's go for the blood token, just to kind of see if we get something else, kind of set something else up. It's going to look like this is the play, get another Shivan Reef, but I think we want to swing in with, yeah, let's swing in with all. We're going to get 2 to replace it, and that 1/1 does actually go through. We need that lifelink. We need that precious, precious lifelink, and now we go for Vampire Socialite. Increase the board, and now all of our 2/2 life, or 1/1 lifelinkers are now 2/2s. So if they can't burn us, we're at 7 life. I think we're looking good. They cannot take 1 more swing. We're going to gain, what, 6 life next turn? There's no way they can do that. They have to kill us right now. And we're going to all-out block, and they know it, and that's GG's. Mono red goes down.